Hello, welcome to Memorial Day stream. One moment while I get Twitter hopefully working. Hope tonight finds everyone well. Hope you've had a good holiday, those of you that celebrate. Chat continues through separate streams. Yep. Some platforms do that, some don't. DLive tends to do that unless I actually hit clear, which I don't have a reason to, so I don't. Nope, don't do that. Twitter, please cooperate. Thank you. What is Brandon Herrera's Twitter handle? The odds of him replying to me are slim and none, but it would be nice. All right, what's your Twitter handle, buddy? Congressman, future congressman. Man about to kick Tony Gonzalez's butt. There we go, the AK guy. I should know that. Okay, I guess that's the only VTuber. Okay. All right, we're gonna go with that. Because that's easy. And requires much less work. All right. Hello and welcome. I'm just finishing getting some stuff together. It's been a hectic day, especially since I decided to take on yet another new project. It is not anywhere near being ready, but I'm okay with talking about what it is while I finish getting set up. I am going to do Rabbit AI, but for real. Just gonna let that sink in for people. Yep. Because I realized that actually setting up a lot of it is really... Come on, I told you I was gonna try today. No. Okay. Having good time watching a video on the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier with that. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, so I've found out that you can link some pre-built or easy to put together stuff together in order to create a lot of functionality and access to stuff just right out of the gate without even having to pay ChatGPT or use them. Just stuff on your machine. Now it'll work with remote stuff as well if you don't have a machine that can handle it. The big thing I have to do is figure out the phone facing service. Is it going to be a website that you put up? Is it an app? I've actually considered just looking at, since you can automate LM Studio with AutoGPT, I've actually considered just doing that and saying make a phone app so I don't have to. Though that will occupy my computer for quite some time if I do that. What am I going to do for the phone facing side? And realistically speaking, I don't know what things it can and can't be integrated with because of APK stuff. But at minimum, the point is the fact that it is a phone-facing AI assistant interface that you can, at minimum, sell it. Hey, remember these things, ask it questions, and all that fun stuff. At minimum, it can do that, and then you just have your phone for your other regular apps, which is pretty much what I said you should do if you're going to do this anyways. So I don't know if I'm going to try to integrate with APK stuff, if it's available, or if I'm just going to say, here's how you set up a home-hosted AI assistant that you can access from your phone. It's basic, but it does more than Humane AI and Rabbit AI. I don't know, but we're going to see. I don't know why I do these things to myself. Bootleg Siri. Well, it should work with Siri and or Google Assistant. Or in addition to. The idea is, rather than recreate the wheel all over again with a lot of these things, it's just people want an AI that they can talk to and ask questions and have write emails and stuff. It can do that, and then you just use your regular phone functionality for the stuff that the regular phone already did, and it doesn't cost you any more money. Though if I make it an app, I might do like a... If I actually get to the point of doing an app version of this... No, I'm not going to charge money because you still need to set up the server and everything. There's no point in charging money for that. To be fair, Zai, I appreciate that. Zai does know that he's doing here more than Rabbit clearly. I appreciate that. Yeah, I generally have not actually used AI for a lot of stuff, mostly because I'm a bit of a micromanager and I'm nuts that way. I really probably should actually, as I do this, set up my own AI assistant. But I have a pretty strong background in actual AI programming. It's a bit outdated. I've not kept up with it with the recent advancements, but that is literally what I went to school for and have my degree in. So a lot of it comes down to time and energy. I'm an Neanderthal when it comes to tech. My limit is video games, so I hear all this wizard tech speak, and the only thing I think of is Siri. To be fair, Siri and Google Assistant are probably way better in many ways than a lot of the AIs that are out there. Because yes, the AIs are much more conversational with things, but I tend to take a very utilitarian approach of, do I want to have a conversation with my AI assistant? Or do I want to be able to tell my AI assistant to do something and have it happen? Clearly, the AI, the quote, true AIs are having issues with that part. We will see, though. We will see. This Up to wants something else Up to has to have a conversation with while being antisocial. Comes down to time and energy, which Zai has none of either. Yeah. You know what would help? No, I'm not going to get started. Anyways, so that is a project that is started. I don't know if it'll get finished, but I'm at least going to have a look into it. In the meantime, I don't know if we're going to do a full 4 hours, but the plan is we're watching Brandon Herrera's new video, the STG-44, the original assault rifle. Afterwards, we're going to do Wuthering Waves again. So I'm going to leave DLive up, but I'm going to open up the Twitch stream so a view on both. Thank you. Very appreciated. Now, we're going to start Wuthering Waves down the male side to see if it does anything different. And if it doesn't, then we'll switch back to the female one. If it is different, we'll see where it goes. In the meantime, though, gets out the wallet, not going to get into it, puts wallet away. Well, Rippy just kind of said it there anyways, but yeah, that would help. Anyways. Brandon Herrera. The STG-44, the original assault rifle. I believe Palmetto Armory is the ones making an STG-44 clone. I don't know if his is original or if it's one of theirs, but we'll have to see. Up to wants to be a historian too. Up to was told to go back to doing something I was more suited for, like digging dirt. Up to hates academia. I have multiple rants about academia. I am one term paper away from also having a degree as a historian. And, you know, just to be able to shut some people up, I really, really wish I had done that term paper. It's original order. What's the video? Well, hey, don't tell me. I'm going to hit play in a second anyways. I'm just being distracted. All right, I'm hitting play before anyone spoils anything else.
The AK-47 and the M16 platform of rifles are two of the most iconic assault rifles of all time. But what do those two things have in common? They were both used to kill communists. On the AK-47 side, it was mostly used by communists to kill communists who complained about bread lines a little too loud. That's neither here nor there. What else do they have in common? Well, they have a common ancestor. The gun that would forever change warfare by really popularizing the idea of the modern assault rifle, or storm rifle, if you will. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sturmgewehr, or the STG-44.
Such a distinctive chug whenever it does fire, too.
I call this one the journalist.
Yes! Very yes.
Oh, I love the smell of Holland in the morning. Smells like Operation Market Garden. Ladies and mostly gentlemen, the Sturmgewehr. Those who know will know, but for those who don't know, let me break it down to you. This is the grandfather of the modern assault rifle, and that is the case for a couple of ways. So first off, a little bit about the gun itself. This rifle was developed during the tail end of World War II by the legendary firearm designer Hugo Schmeisser, also the man who revolutionized modern warfare with the basic invention of the submachine gun with the MP-18. So after changing the trajectory of firearm history once, he decided to do it again with the STG-44. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Brandon, the last time you tried to talk about a German machine gun of World War II that was used by the Nazis, the leftists tried to cancel you. Well, Antonio Gonzalez, he tried to cancel me. So yeah, leftists tried to cancel me. Yes, that is true.
Yep.
People tried to paint me as a neo-Nazi for thinking that German weapons of World War II were cool and wanting to talk about them, despite the fact that in that video, I specifically said I didn't like Nazis. But hey, don't let me ruin a good smear campaign with those pesky facts. But I'm here talking.
Tony Gonzalez's stuff is like, I'm kind of amazed Brandon Herrera hasn't actually sued him yet. I realize that as politicians, they're allowed, apparently, to say much meaner things about each other that most people can't do without getting into slander and libel laws. But man, Tony Gonzalez's smear campaigns are special grades of falsifying information.
But hey, don't let me ruin a good smear campaign with those pesky facts. But I'm here talking about it today because I think this is one of the most fascinating parts of the evolution of the modern combat firearm. And again, because I think history is cool, regardless of how pussies feel about it. But anyhow, the story of its adoption is actually one of the cooler ones. So German leadership really identified with the potential of the STG-44. So you have to remember, in 1944, the average rifle being issued to an infantryman looked nothing like this. Looked a lot more like a bolt-action Mauser or Lee Enfield's. America kind of had a big dick swing in with the M1 Garand because that was at the bare minimum semi-automatic. Of course, things like the MP40 and the Thompson were fully automatic, but those are submachine guns, so they're still shooting pistol calibers. There really wasn't much that bridged the gap between a submachine gun and a rifle caliber cartridge that could be used at extended distances, that carried a lot more firepower. So that's when Schmeiser said, "Hold my German stout," and came out with the STG-44, which really perfectly bridges that gap. I mean, you have so many features of a modern assault rifle in this, from the pistol grip to the ability to be select fire. So this goes from semi-automatic to fully automatic with the flip of a button. You have detachable magazines with an intermediate cartridge, a smaller rifle cartridge, not the crazy big, 30-06, 8mm Mauser like a lot of rifles used at the time. Something a little smaller, more compact, and more importantly, something easier to hold a lot of, and for the average infantry soldier to be able to carry a lot of. I mean, there's just so many design features of this that are ahead of its time, really, for what was commonplace in 1944. So a lot of the people that were going to be issued this really loved it. A lot of the German leadership really loved it. You know who didn't love it? Hitler. But no joke, Hitler apparently, as
the number of good ideas that man shot down is absolutely incredible. He did a substantial amount of the Allies' work for them. I love that he was an idiot. Yes, 350, yay! Canadian, hate Tony. Oof, oof, oof. That's quite a curse you're putting on him. I hope you succeed. But yeah, look at how many things he screwed up. Jets, tanks, assault rifle, battlefield planning, which side of the war to fight, who to focus resources on, how to manage the military. The list goes on of the look up how many bad decisions he look up oversimplified history and the number of Nerf darts sticking out of him. You'll understand if you watch oversimplified history.
didn't love it? Hitler. But no joke, Hitler apparently, as the story goes, really did not like the idea of the Sturmgewehr, or really anything that wasn't submachine guns. He was apparently infatuated with the idea of the submachine gun and said, we need more things like the MP40, which, if you've ever shot one, dope. I understand what the hang-up was. It's a pretty cool weapon. So apparently he wanted to shit-can the STG to focus on more submachine guns, which, I mean, if you know anything about where the future of small arms went after that, you know that that was not a good idea. I know this may be shocking to some of you, but Hitler wasn't exactly right about a lot of things. But a lot of the German leadership did see the potential in what this gun could become. So that's why they pulled a little sneaky on him. Moving forward, instead of calling it the STG-44, they manufactured the same gun while giving it a submachine gun designation, which is the MP44, which is why you hear those names used interchangeably. This gun that we actually have here today is marked MP44, so this would be one of those guns. Apparently he got wise to that too, and of course the rest is history. Not like it really mattered from that point on. By the time it was all decided, things weren't exactly going well for them. It's kind of hard to get verified specific details on that and a paper trail on a lot of those things, but that is the story of the STG-44/MP44. It's also worth noting that this...
I was actually thinking, why don't you just sell it to him as a super submachine gun? But clearly that didn't work either. Yeah, of course it's censored. Why wouldn't it be? The one front you didn't have to engage in a land war in Russia in winter. Yep. Okay, that is a fair point about the production of that gun affecting other guns. I would point out that at that point, it actually wouldn't have been a bad idea to just cancel some of the other guns. But, he lost, so making that decision made it easier for him to lose, so I'm not going to complain. Super submachine gun would have sold him on the idea alone. Probably. It's not a new battle rifle. It's a better submachine gun.
But that is the story of the STG-44/MP44. It's also worth noting that this example of the STG-44 that we have here with us today is an original. It was rebuilt from a parts kit, but it is a re-weld from an original gun, which means this is a beautiful piece of history that I have the privilege to show you on the channel today. ADD break. Here I thought we'd try something a little different with our standard White Claw penetration test. What we're gonna do this time is use our lovely volunteer right here, and we're gonna shoot an apple off of his head. Oh, pineapple. Close enough. Getting banned from the carnival in 3, 2, 1. Well, looks like our guy's pretty safe. Never let them know your next move. So, got our claw here. And yeah, that's pretty well ripped up. We're not just demonstrating that the 8mm Kurs can penetrate a White Claw. Kind of saw that one coming. Even though I was in full auto with the fairly manageable cyclic rate of the STG-44, I was able to squeeze off exactly 1 round and do it accurately. Albeit that was at handgun distance, but you get the point. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen it yet, but we actually did get a finished firing AK-50. And I bet you'd probably want to be one of the first people that gets to shoot it. Well, you actually can. From now until midnight on Tuesday, May 28th, we are doing a giveaway that one lucky donor to my congressional campaign is going to get a trip with you and a +1 to come out to San Antonio, Texas, and be one of the first people to shoot the AK-50. Not only that, but to sweeten the pot, you'll actually be able to, if you want, cameo in the next AK-50 video that we do from that point. So you get to be one of the first people to shoot the finished AK-50, and you can be in one of our videos. Every increment of $5 is a new entry to win. Links to the campaign are down in the description and in the pinned comment. So on top of it, not only are you entering to win a trip to San Antonio, hang out with us, shoot the AK-50, maybe be in a video, but you're also helping unseat a gun control rhino. And really just sending a big middle finger to Washington, D.C. and all the establishment types in it, which, I don't know, to me that's $5. Sounds like a damn good deal to me. I'd take that deal. You take that deal?
I'd take that deal.
Damn good deal. So let's say your name is War Daddy, you're trekking through France, and you happen to get your hands on one of these. You better know how to use it. Well, the ergos, I mean, for a gun from 1944, actually pretty rad. Pretty close to modern. So, let's start with our safety. This is my safety, sir. So here your selector position is in safe, as you cannot pull the trigger. And when you drop it down to fire, obviously you can. Magazine release is this big old button here. The magazine is real stiff, but there you are. I'm gonna go ahead and show clear. No ammunition in the gun. So one of the things that makes this an assault rifle, and yes, that is a real term. A lot of people want to say that, oh, assault rifle is not a real word. It's just a term that was made up by the left to try to push gun control and scare people. No, you're thinking of the term assault weapon. Assault weapon doesn't have a real definition. Assault rifle, very real thing. It's an intermediate cartridge rifle that has the ability to be select fire, meaning you can toggle it from semi to fully automatic. This is an assault rifle. In fact, this invented the word assault rifle. This was an assault rifle before assault rifles were cool. Just called a Sturmgewehr a hipster. Anyhow, this is your fire selector. So this is what allows you to go from semi to full auto. So right here, we have it in semi. So when I reset this, it's in full auto, I forgot. So right now it's full auto, let's pop it into semi. So here, if I pull the trigger, and I rack the, let's say I fired a round, it resets. Not another round is fired. I have to go off the trigger and then pull it again to fire another round. But when I push this through, then every time
you know what?
Automatically.
I was gonna comment on the amount of that trigger travel, but it seems like it is very, very smooth, so I am probably wrong. The fact that giving it an MP mark worked for a little while says it all. Yep. You win, make up to your +1. We can talk about that. Can't enter contest because Canadian makes me say, yes, I'm sorry. To those of you who don't even have a chance, you have my condolences. Because it's the AK-50, man.
Every time it fires, automatically fires another round. But speaking of intermediate cartridge, the ammo that we are using is 8mm Kurz, which is this bad boy right here. If this looks familiar, it should, because this looks exactly like 7.62 by 39, another intermediate cartridge. This, of course, being AK food. This, of course, being, well, the thing that started it all. Or realistically, it's just 7.62 by 39 when it's cold outside. It's also pretty expensive, so we appreciate Denver Bullets for helping us out with some of this stuff. Also now, because you've been good little boys and girls, I'm gonna give you a little something extra as a treat. This right here is an AK chambered in the same caliber as the STG-44 8mm Kurz. This is actually a project build from our head gunsmith, Zach. Just a Khyber Pass kind of build in 8mm Kurz. Apparently they do that over there, and I think actually, if I'm not mistaken, that's where this magazine is from. So he's done a lot of things to it to give it that Khyber Pass kind of look. Whether it's just the mismatched parts, the selector, underfolder, this custom comp on the front end, even down to one of the rivets on the trigger guard is actually made of brass, which is just, it's a bunch of little cool details. The broken off gas tube lever, even down to the Circle 69 factory stamp. Cool little build. Question is, does it run? I don't know, Zach, let's check out your handiwork.
It looks weird with the different magazines.
So it's kind of nice, you know, to see the grandkids paying homage to their ancestors, you know, considering this gun has direct lineage back to the STG-44. To have one that is chambered in the same caliber is, I don't know, I just think it's neat. That, and, you know, I'm somewhat of an AK guy myself, so figured it was worth bringing up. Now the million-dollar question. How does it work? Well, Pop
Up to is indeed largest stream contributor.
Squad. Figured it was worth bringing up. Now the million-dollar question. How does it work? Well, Papa Squad, because I'm going to tell you. I just think finding out how stuff like this works is really interesting. And if you're also interested in gunsmithing and weapons technology, then
claw, right?
I would recommend checking out sdi.edu using the links in the description and in the pinned comment. So first off, we have a very HK-style disassembly here in the rear. Pop this pin out, like so. Pull this stock off, right off the rear. And then here we have our recoil spring. Big old spring here. Not like an AR buffer tube spring, really. So now,
I was just thinking
this swivels down like so. This all here is your fire control group, your trigger, your hammer, whole 9 yards. And then now we have this channel here that goes all the way through the rear. So we are going to pull out, unlikely, we're gonna pull our bolt carrier group out. And here we have our tilting bolt and our long stroke gas piston. Long stroke gas piston being one of the only things this actually has in common with an AK, really, aside from the ergonomics. A lot of people like to think that the AK is just a carbon copy of the STG-44, but that's a pretty superficial way to look at it. Really, it's only if you're looking at pictures side by side and you're a Call of Duty kid, and you, you think because they look alike, they're the same thing. It's really not. There are similarities, and really the STG-44 was a big inspiration for the AK and things like it, but it's a completely different operating system. As I've discussed before, the AK's actual operating system takes a lot more inspiration from the M1 Garand. I'm not gonna tism hole with that right now. If you'd like to see that video, it's over here. That's a photo of it. I don't know if it's clickable. I forget how YouTube works sometimes. I'm tired. It's been a long election cycle. Anyhow, the way that this locks up is that when this is in the gun, it locks on this surface down here by tilting down and locking right behind the mag well. So this tilts down like this, and then when the bolt carrier comes back, it picks it up and out of that groove, and then the gun cycles. The best way to demonstrate this is...
I don't know why I did not know that wasn't that was a tilting lock. That is such a weird and specific thing for it to have. I don't know why I didn't know that.
And out of that groove, and then the gun cycles. The best way to demonstrate this is actually in the gun. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that back together. Get in there. Anyway, check out the, through the ejection port here. You can kind of see as this claw comes back, it picks up that bolt. This bolt is tilted down slightly to lock. And then when this picks it up, it grabs it and pulls it out of that channel. And then when it goes back forward, it drops back down. And I just think that's pretty neat. Also, last little note here.
It is.
This dust cover.
It is a very weird and specific thing.
Of the AR-15. Again, little details like that. Very neat to see. You know, really in firearm design, there's something that I say a lot, and it's become a running joke in the shop. There's nothing new under the sun. There really is a million ways that things that are being done today have been done throughout firearm history, developing different branches of the family trees of guns that exist. And it's just kind of neat to see all these little nuances in guns that came 80 years before. I think it's neat. And if you've watched this far, you do too. Because after all, it's our autism, and we get to choose the special interest. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the STG-44. It's a real fun video for me. I've been wanting to make this for a while, but you know, these guns can be a little finicky, so sorry it took so long, but I've been really wanting to do this video. I love this gun. I think it's so cool. It's just a neat video for me because, again, my passion for history and my passion for showing you guys firearm history and firearm mechanics and some of the etymology behind some of the more popular platforms today. It's also fun because it's a message directly to leftist media that I don't give a fuck what you think, and I'm gonna continue to do the things that I enjoy doing. So I'm not sorry, and you can go fuck yourself. But on that note, if there are any other historic firearms you guys would like to see on the channel that maybe we have our hands on, maybe we can get our hands on, we'll see. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments. I appreciate you for staying to the end, and as always, I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks. You follow me like you're gonna fucking see something. The show's over. Go home.
Even at, I see a problem already. This is a touch more complicated mechanically. Fair. Even at the end of the war, production was seriously impacting production of other weapons. All right, fine. German, what do you expect from people who made the G11? Oh, yeah. Those who don't know, G11 is a clockwork gun. It is weird. Well, you know what we're going to do? It is a clockwork gun. That fires square cartridges that sit vertically in this big bar on top of it, get rotated 90 degrees, and then it fires. Just gonna, can we get an internal? There we are, over here. You go down, it rotates, and then it fires. Because sure, why not? G11's weird. It does look good though. What's the other one that looks similar to it, but is a very simple? What's the very simple version? The history nerd in me is starting to get going. What was it again? There's a Volksgewehr version, I think. High caliber COD, got a clock. It's called Kraut Space Magic for a reason. Volksgewehr. Okay. There we are. This one. These. I will accept that the STG-44 was probably a problem, but then switch to these simple versions. Oh well. They made bad decisions and they lost, and that's what matters. So, that was the STG-44 by Brandon Herrera. Another great video. I'm afraid the historian and Gun Nut and me kind of just took off of the chat conversation. I apologize. Let's get Wuthering Waves up, shall we? And like I said, we're going to start with... I'm going to restart as a guy and see if it changes how it does the things. It was a simple blowback, if I remember correctly, and they actually function better. Yeah, it was... It did have like a gas bleed-off system, if I remember correctly. No, I think it used the gas for the lockup. I think it was blowback and used the gas to help lock it up. STG-44 has the same bolt system as an SKS, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, the SKS has a very, very similar bolt. It's not quite the same, but it's very close. Yeah, it's definitely arranged differently. Game? No? Yes? There we go. Test to see if just guys this time. I say well, probably, but we're gonna find out. If it is, we'll switch back so that we're not just rehashing the whole plot again. If it isn't, we'll see how far we go. Can't wait for when I break out this video on the PTRS-41. It is updating. That 2 has been too good for 2. Uh-oh, here we go. I should have at least logged in earlier today, just in case. Yep, we are going to switch. Really? I will use my other Xaifax Gmail. All right. Ah. I should have gone with Xaifax. Now we're gonna get to watch this again. That is still one heck of a scene to start off with. Alright, one waifu is still a waifu. This was still a wild reveal.
Looks like drowning. Strange. No visible signs of trauma. Breathing seems normal. Heart rate should be fast.
You're awake. Let me see. Let me see.
I was trying to cross the
Goodness,
border,
you're
wasn't I?
awake. Or I'll have to try my last-ditch move. Emergency skills for junior patrollers. Lesson 1, CPR. Never did it on any living person, though.
Jusia.
Sorry. You just woke up, and here I am, chatting up a storm.
Are you all right? Do you feel any discomfort?
You can call me Trisha. And she's Yang Yang.
We are in the Gorgeous Spirits. It's on the outskirts of Jinzhou, Huanglong. Your attire doesn't seem local. Are you a roving traveler from afar, or someone returning home? So, you don't know why you're here, where you're from, or who you are?
Correct.
Baisha didn't tell us you'd have these after effects when you wake up.
Okay, so yeah, this is the same. Gotta get to a save point.
The wind has brought us a warning. The Etheric Sea is converging. It seems a new tacit field is taking shape.
I did get to Gotcha yesterday, finally. And the only reason why I'm wondering if maybe we would keep here is because I'm suddenly realizing generic isekai protagonist.
That means it's probably gonna get dangerous here soon. codes are out of service because of the etheric sea's influence. We can't send or receive messages for help now. We better hurry over to meet up with Baiju at our gathering spot and get out of here. Guess you really can't recall a thing, but don't worry. If you got any questions, we can talk as we move. Yang Yang and I will give you the full scoop, every little detail from the get-go.
Rover, can we call
No.
you that for now? Before
No.
you remember your true name?
Give me a no option. No! I don't know why Baja is even commenting on whether you would be awake. Why was she here and then left with a drowned? Yeah, it's a good question. Give me a no option! Male character looks like a Final Fantasy protagonist. A bit. For now. Because that's the
We
least
shouldn't
yes I
stay
can
here.
find.
If you don't have other plans, how about leaving with us for now? The terrains are complicated here, and we usually take that one route. If you don't mind, perhaps we can leave together for now. You can decide your future plans once we leave here.
Yeah, let's get going. Rover, I know you can't remember a thing, but there's one thing I'm 90%, no, 100% sure about you. You must be a resonator too.
You've got a tacit mark on the back of your hand, and you have a gourd. This is proof you're a resonator. Your gourd's design looks a bit different from the ones we use, though.
Also, we have resonators who can detect the formation of tacit fields nearby, like what Yang Yang just did. She can tell all kinds of information by reading the streams in the wind. That's her resonance ability, while I couldn't feel a thing. Plus, not many people are gonna hang out in the wilderness these days, unless they're resonators.
Alright, we're logging back in the other account then. Okay. Thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, up to has done redeems. Do you have a game recommendation for you, but it's not out yet? Wait, no.
Hmm? Where are you going? Count me in.
Talk is cheap. Show me the action.
I want... Wait, so which are the actual most... Okay, this is the 3 most powerful. Let's get a little rational, shall we? Wait, oh, right. Yep, I got the white lion, which I like him a lot more being a lion, so I am actually gonna do that. Who do we want to switch to? Alright, let's keep Chizia around and swap for the lion.
Here's to a safe journey ahead.
Wrong one. Even though she's at the bottom of the pack, apparently.
You can count on me.
I got the Ice Lion guy. That's the ripoff of the Fire Tiger guy from Genshin 3 months ago. No, he's a white lion. If you look, he's got, lion's tail. And even though I kind of run very heavily on the Chimera side visually, my family is very heavily associated with lions for like the past 1,000 years. So I tend to lean towards lion stuff when I can. Tiger tails don't have tufts. Also, they have stripes.
Here's your sundial, intact as it was.
Mr. Mortefi, can we have the test results?
The game feels a little bit laggier than last night.
Simply put, it's hollow. Here, try tapping on it. It sounds different from a solid object. It's not just a timekeeping tool. It's an intricate mortise and tenon puzzle box. This sundial is hollow with an inner compartment. We've scanned it, and there is a small paper scroll inside. However, it's missing a crucial component.
The sun?
We should be able to spin the wheels on the sundial once the right component is installed. Automata mechanics isn't my field of study. I specialize in developing tacitite weapons, but the foundational theories behind these applied technologies are quite similar. It wouldn't have taken me this long if we were dealing with tacitite weapons. Install the missing part, then rotate the wheels to their correct positions, and you should be able to solve the puzzle and access the paper scroll. However, I still have no idea what the missing component should look like.
Shall we go ask the experts in this field?
No need to ask him. I can help you with this.
Oh, you don't want me to. I'm gonna go ask him.
I just need some time to think it over. One moment. I have an incoming call. What is it? You certainly are well informed. It's indeed beautiful data. Good taste. Well, since you've put it that way.
Rover, Mr. Mortefi's expression seems to have softened, don't you think?
With all this tech, the best test we had was tap it and listen. Also, we can't make the part. We do tacit stuff, so we don't understand basic gears. Yeah.
We haven't even asked him to help us with assembling.
Sorry, start working on it. It's just naturally last a second. I guess the academy people are just past. Already start working.
It looks like Mr. Mortifee needs more time. Maybe we should give him some space to concentrate. Rover, let's come back later, shall we?
Any other name? Wonder if I should lean into more lion stuff. Wait a minute, where do you want me to go? Wait, do you just want me to talk to him again after we said we're leaving him alone?
Yes, of course. I've already noticed all that you mentioned. Indeed, you just pointed out a blind spot in my thinking. Your workshop? That hellish place? Stop sweet-talking me. I get it.
The way they both look at each other with that.
Sorry for keeping you waiting. Let's get back to the sundial. It's a mortise and tenon-based puzzle box. The missing component in the middle needs to fulfill two entirely different structural requirements at the same time. Considering its entire structure, this component needs an automatic buckle that goes down on top of an embedded pointer. I'll draw up a design for you. The parts you'll need can be found in Jiang Li's workshop. I've already informed him about it. You'll only need to go fetch the parts in his place. He keeps a box full of them. Division of labor is more efficient in getting things done. Besides, I would like to avoid stepping foot in Jiang Li's workshop ever again. The mere thought of that place brings me migraines.
Whoever is on the end of that call is what if I whipped.
It's a minefield of clutter and chaos. A murky swamp within the academy walls, as vile and perilous as some primeval forest before the lament. Any civilized human would find it impossible to stand.
I see. Shall we go and retrieve the parts now, Rover?
Really?
I mentally prepared myself for the worst, but this place looks much better than Mr. Mortifee's description. Though it is a bit hard to figure out where we should start.
Might be the glowing pieces. Should we check out the glowing pieces? What do you guys think? Do you think the glowing pieces are what we're looking for? Oh, maybe it's the part with the actual symbol on it. Do you think it's the part marked as what's next? Can I drive this? I want to drive this. Touch. Oh no! Crap. See a shelf filled with assortment of research materials and books. Feasibility report on cooking, tacit discords, court of not pronouncing. Nope. Also resting on the shelf, creaks under your hand. You study it but it's too late. A wooden block falls squarely onto your foot. It's a critical hit.
Rover.
Touch. The unusual device is a complex structure in a groove that can fit an entire arm. It's cold to the touch, and as you press your arm into it, you feel something sharp and feel a slight pang of pain.
Rover? Please don't touch that. It's dangerous.
Let's keep losing health. Flip. Well-used photo album rests on the table. Its cover slightly curved from frequent leafing through. A single photograph laying inside, seemingly cut from a newspaper. It depicts a woman in a white coat gazing at an infant, her face hidden from view by the angle. The paper looks well kept.
Rover. I don't think we'll find what we need here.
3 hours later, clone you.
This should be it. It's quite a box full. Let's go back and show it to Mr. Mortefi. Mr. Mortefi, we found the parts.
How do we know it's a woman?
Good. Bring it to me.
I say in spite all our comments about there being mostly women here.
The test results are in.
Alright, who's the mother and or father?
The mangosteen is just an ordinary fruit. It's suitable for regular consumption. We found nothing unusual about it. From the purple leaf you presented, I detected subtle fluctuations in tacit discord's frequency from 2 distinct sources, but they were overlapping and difficult to distinguish. This is a rare occurrence. The scattered nature of these fluctuations rules out the possibility of them being left behind through contact. This is not an ordinary leaf, but it doesn't seem to be a tacit discord either. Based on the data we gathered, I believe it was sampled from an area struck with the wave-worn phenomena.
The what?
Yes, the anomalies that occurred after the lament, including the formation of tacit fields, etheric sea, retroact rain, and gravity loss. These are collectively called the wave-worn phenomena. And the lament was the start of it all.
As for the sugar pearl, it has been determined to be a type of oral vaccine. This sugar pearl expired over 20 years ago. The low temperature storage life for this vaccine is about 2 years.
What do you know?
A 20-year-old vaccine. Could it be related to the children's epidemic in Zhengzhou 2 decades ago?
The archives in the academy should have information on the sugar pearl. The archives here are organized in a unique way. You can start by searching the keywords at the lobby terminal.
Mr. Mortefi?
The missing pointer has been installed, and now the sundial should be complete.
That took a whole box of parts. That took a whole box of parts.
So, the discs are rotatable now.
Yes. Align the correct markers with the pointer we just installed, and then you should be able to open it.
Just force it open. Fine.
The earthly branches and 4 symbols. These symbols are related to the sexagenary cycle. It's an intricate way of recording time in Huanglong. Nowadays, it is mainly reserved for calendars, numerology, and indexing, but it's falling out of daily use. Now, what kind of information could it represent?
It's the filing system. Most of Huanglong's libraries and databases still use this method to organize their archives, namely the Grand Libraries.
Time-based filing system? Grand libraries?
Yes, the large data repositories located in Huanglong's major cities.
The Academy's public archives are organized in this manner too.
I think I'm gonna ask Lar about what can be done to add more lion to my design. Really?
I found it. It's located on the way shelf.
Yeah, the tough tail is obvious, but I like my fluffy tail. Oh. Because, like, in my regular symbol, it's mostly a lion face that, I don't know, works quite so well.
Cheng, Si, Wu, Wei. Rover, it's here!
If he mains, we lose the ears. Or we switch the ears to round ears, which still loses the ears. Man, that's tough. I kind of backed myself into a corner. The tough tail is probably the obvious one, but I spent all this time just getting my regular tail back. Archive Resonance Evaluation Report of the first Resonator. Time of evaluation, year of way. IL redacted. Resonator name redacted. Resonance Assessment RA1001-G. Resonance Evaluation Report. Resonator redacted. Reports amnesia regarding their resonance ability with no clear time of awakening. The tacit mark is present on their right hand. No visible post-awakening physical alterations. Their tacit mark of pupils display a golden halo where they exert their forte. Resonance spectrum test shows strong syntony with multiple patterns, but the cause of resonator redacted. Awakening remains inconclusive. Further examination is needed to determine the origin of their resonance abilities. Analysis of test samples has revealed a non-convergent Rebel's curve with a noticeable periodic waveform, which classifies redacted as a congenital resonator. Overclock diagnostic report. Oh my gosh, how much is there? Resonator redacted. Waveform graph shows elliptical fluctuations. The pattern of time domain is stable with no abnormal waveforms. Examination results are determined to be within normal parameters and redacted. Bears no risk of overclocking. During the Battle of Gorges of Spirits, a resonator engaged in combat with an unidentified tacit discord, parentheses, quote, the crown this, end quote, and parentheses, resulting in a high-risk victory and resolution of the crisis. The morale of the army was boosted and they achieved invincibility. 3 days later, the battle concluded in triumph with soldiers reporting seeing resonators standing next to, quote, Zhu, end quote. This event marked the founding of Jinzhou in the same year. Attachment, Jinzhou Foundation Ceremony, redacted. Comment from researcher number 31. Data loss must be addressed before next database maintenance to prevent further issues. Alright, what all have I missed? Sophia. Gray, you can have dig F looks. What? Could go with a bit of lion's fur down your arms, also claws. Diff. Could have Difflux. This isn't your file, but this could be your file. Yep. Never mind, it is yours. Never mind, it's not you. Up to doesn't care because we all know up to. Uh-oh. Up to's on Twitch. What's up to doing?
If I remember correctly, Zhenzhou was established during a year of Wei, several cycles ago. The Zhenzhou City Hall and Huashu Academy were built in the same year.
Different looks? Yeah, but I'm trying to...
The Gorges of Spirits battle sparked Zhenzhou's founding. And the formidable tacit discord described here? I believe it is the Crownless.
Am I still doing more reading? Oh! June 16th at 3 p.m. I don't want to read all this.
There are two photos here.
One photo shows a group of researchers led by a woman in her 30s. Everyone looks excited and happy. The photo shows an infant in diapers with a slender hand holding a spoon with a sugar pearl in it directed towards the infant. I'm gonna go back to fighting things.
Rover, about the sugar pearl.
Really?
Life has never been easy after the lament. But I still remember that sweetness from my childhood. The battle against that epidemic in Zhenzhou was grueling. Once infected, children either died or suffered lifelong disabilities, resonators or not. With tacit discords ravaging Zhenzhou and severing all communication with other cities, desperation ran high. Words are not enough to convey how desperate people must have felt. They resorted to self-experimentation with a newly developed vaccine, risking everything for a chance. If they failed,
Yeah, glad you're having fun.
we owe our presence here to those who came before us. It's important to remember their sacrifices. If the sugar pearl points to the information and reports we have just read, what is Madam Magistrate trying to convey? Is it related to your past? Or is it...
I'm one of the children that were saved. Maybe she's trying to tell us something else. She's probably I'm a hero, believes about my past. I believe one of the children.
But you are not from Zhenzhou. Maybe the place you came from had a similar situation. With this thought, perhaps, the reports about the sugar pearl are just one part of the clues. The other part about your past and memories is hidden in the documents on the way shelf. What do you think? Rover, about the sugar pearl. Zhenzhou was the most recent city established in Huanglong. The mountains of spirits running from north to south divide Huanglong in two. The capital and the 5 cities are located in inner Huanglong, while Zhenzhou is in outer Huanglong. The Battle of Gorges of Spirits was the catalyst to found Zhenzhou. Tacit discords were born in the Norfolk Barrens, and their invasion route was originally traceable. However, the emergence of the Crownless changed it.
I don't know why, but for some reason, bringing up the Crownless made me think of the Canyon Crowns.
The Crownless is a tacit discord that embodies war itself. The hatred of the fallen warriors and the fear of the survivors are the ingredients for it. With the limited information available, some researchers have speculated its connection with the Threnodian.
What? Yeah, I don't think we've seen this unpronounceable word yet.
When it comes to the Threnodian, there is a lot to tell. For now, think of it this way. The Threnodian is the most powerful tacit discord. The Battle of the Threnodian that happened long ago was to fend it off.
Take a shot every time someone says Jinzhou or Huanglong, you'd be out in a half an hour, probably.
According to the reports, the Crownless is very similar to the formidable tacit discord we encountered. Our sentinel, Jue, manifested before us in that battle. Rover, about the sugar pearl. We have the symbol Wei now. This should go with the time part. But we can't yet solve the puzzle with this alone. Maybe we can figure out the cardinal direction part by looking into the tokens again. It might have something to do with how we got one of the clues.
A lot of hoops to jump through.
What do you think, Rover? I've only seen our magistrate once at the appointment ceremony, so I can't comment on her personality. But her policies have proven effective and greatly benefited us since she took office. Some believe that the remarkably far-sighted and profound decisions were actually devised by Councillor Chang Li due to the young age of the magistrate. Lady Chang Li is our magistrate's advisor and former teacher. She once held a high position in the Central Secretariat, but she requested a transfer to Zhenzhou.
Central Secretariat sounds bad.
I've also heard rumors painting her as a cunning manipulator rather than a loyal servant.
Well, there we go. I called it.
Let's look back on what we've gathered so far.
Holy crap, voice.
Our clues point to the sugar pearl as a key in solving the sundial's puzzle. Simply put, one token can lead to multiple targets, and one target may hold several pieces of information. We both had a reason for meeting. The magistrate had information to share, while I had questions to ask. However, her tokens contain both what she wants to tell me and what I want to ask her, making it seem like she is complicating matters.
No or, she just is.
Maybe she was running out of time. That's why she could only offer us scraps of the puzzle, instead of actually putting it together. Or perhaps she's indeed a master strategist, leaving breadcrumbs for us to follow. The initial clues may simply be a test to
mislead ill-intentioned people.
In other words, there are people who need to be misled, and they may obtain these tokens. It seems there may be hidden dangers lurking in Jinzhou. If it were you, Yang Yang, what would you do to make sure the recipient gets what you mean?
I would emphasize my true message by repeating it again and again.
Oh good, we're leaving. The game is definitely not running as well as last night. I don't think that update was optimized. Repeating it again. Quick, look for the word redacted.
I'm back! I'm back! Finally done with my patrol. How's it going, Rover? Feeling spry as ever?
Baiju said he is in great health. No issues to report. We made some progress in investigating the tokens, too.
Ah, nothing special. A typical patrol. Well, Uncle Chang's cat climbed a tree, and on its way down, it landed on Uncle Chempi's head, causing him to take a tumble. Some dogs kept barking and have been scaring the passers-by, so I went there to calm them down. I received a report about someone going missing. I just logged the case and talked to the person who reported it. You're not the one they're searching for, though. Anyhow, I need to visit the person who reported the case tomorrow.
So not a lot happened, huh?
Oh, I also tried searching for Rover's terminal number, but the system came up with nothing. The latest record was from today when I took Rover for registration. That's pretty much the update for now.
It's quite a lot. You almost put me to sleep. It's quite a lot. You got me feeling hungry. You look like you had a fruitful day. You need to come along tomorrow.
It's the middle of the night. Of course you're hungry. All right, I still owe you a meal. The night markets are closed, though. Let's grab breakfast at Panhua's restaurant tomorrow before my shift. Meet you guys there in the morning. Be there or be square.
What do we do now?
Time to hit the hay, obviously. Don't tell me you're planning on some nightly activities.
Having fun. Now's the time to beat up Tacit Discourse. Now's the time to meet up with Chinchi. Don't you ever stop.
What? You're hanging out with our magistrate already? Quit bluffing.
Do you have a place to stay, Rover?
Talk about hospitality. All right, enough chatter or the sun's gonna come up. Let's get Rover back to the city hall and we'll leave the rest till tomorrow.
Oh, wait. What happens if I say I don't have any place to stay? They're watching me, she's watching them watch me. Okay? Wow. Wow. I didn't leave LM Studio running, did I?
Right! Lion up! Victory is mine at this year's greens plucking tournament.
What? Greens plucking, I think he said. I'm gonna check task manager again. He kind of distracted me. No, no, no. No, no. No, no, no. No.
Hmm? Did I just hear something?
No, no,
It
no,
feels
no.
off not to hear the drums.
Okay, yeah, it's just the game's optimization has, I guess, been tanked. Wow. It was running fine yesterday.
Mrs. Panwa, good morning. 3 bowls of extra
Nice poppin'.
spicy noodles, please.
Really? We're doing the Redfall approach to cutscenes now.
What did I tell ya? Nothing beats a bowl of spicy noodles in the morning.
What do you say, Rover?
I haven't had my first bite yet.
Looks like Bijur's locked herself in the lab again. Hasn't left since yesterday. Bet we won't see her till she's done with her research. No, wait. Since you're the subject of that research, we could use you as bait to lure her out. We can tie you up at the Academy's entrance. And with just a few tugs of the rope, I bet every researcher will come running at you with Bijur leading the pack. Hook, line, and sinker.
Let's not try that.
By the way, now that we've figured out the sugar pearl and the sundial, all that's left is that weird leaf and run-of-the-mill mangosteen, right? So it only took us 1 trip to the Academy to solve half of our problems. Either Rover's really smart, or Madam Magistrate was gonna make it easy for us to begin with.
I am struggling with the Rover name.
What's our next plan of action, Rover?
Look at the mangosteen first, exchange they first. Got 2 more days, might as well just wait. I've other plans. Mangosteen.
As for the mangosteen, we got people selling these at the market nearby. We might find some clues there.
Mangosteens are not from Jinzhou. These fruits are usually brought in by boat. Should we start from the harbor? Do you think the token is guiding us outside the city?
Dream I had. Access pass.
An ocean of stars, a dark-haired girl, an inverted etheric sea, and the resonance cord flowing from your tacit mark.
Seriously, the dial has 4 directions. Just try them all. Fair.
And you said it was flowing in a certain direction, pointing to the gorges of spirits and the Norfolk Barrens. You've never mentioned this before. The etheric sea and resonance cords in your dreams are real, possibly leading to the gorges of spirits and Norfolk Barrens.
What's our next course of action, Rover? How about figuring out a proper name so he could stop calling me Rover?
Perhaps it was more than just a dream. That girl might be the key to recovering your memories. Madam Magistrate's information aside, It seems to me your dream points toward the Norval Barrens. It's a site of the Threnodian War and the source of all TD outbreaks. The Midnight Rangers' frontline base is stationed there as well.
It's a no-go for me if you're leaving the city. My shift's coming up. Protect Rover well, and shoot me a message if you need anything, all right, Yang Yang?
Sure you meant the other way around. What? How is this the other way around? I don't know. Yang Yang is safe with me.
I believe in ya.
Without a doubt.
This is the time to call into your crap jobs. Okay, we're just gonna get more of these. I guess we are eventually gonna get the guard. Okay. She said Jan would protect you. Other way around implies you protect. Ah, got. Yeah, I got you now. So this is right. Preview stuff again. Rewards for leveling up. Other rewards for leveling up. This art is really great. I want to fight something, so we're going to do one of these. Cover 40 gauge from normal attack and intro skill on hit. Cast enhanced resonance skill or enhanced resonance liberation when 40 gauge is above 50%. Okay, 40 R. Right. Surprisingly, no free will in this game. I'm gonna go play more Destiny while watching stream at the same time. Yeah, I mean, I could just probably take off, but yeah, the story's very, very linear so far. Ooh. Yeah, still laggy, but at least it seems to react. It's almost like... Huh.
Tell truth from the side.
That's interesting.
Break. Fear no more.
Ooh. Okay, now I really want this game. You know what? Very cool. Remix for the battle theme for the win. Yep. Very linear set in rails. Yep. Let's go to this mission. What's that? You don't want to right now? Oh, too bad you're doing it anyway. True. something interesting. It feels like rather than slow down the combat, it was sacrificing frames, while the combat was still moving at a high speed. Kitty likes this one. It felt like the combat didn't actually slow down, but it was running, you know, but it just stopped rendering certain frames in order to keep it going fast. So even though it was moving at 2 frames per second, it wasn't moving slower, if that makes sense. Unlike a lot of games which are just gonna run slower when they do stuff like that. If I'm right about that, that is a very interesting way to handle optimization issues. Why not just add lion ears in addition to fluffy ears? Four ears at once, doing the anime style, but with all animal ears. Whiskers. Alright. Yeah, I just needed to get a little combat out of my system. We'll continue with these quests for now. Wait, do I have more rewards? Oh, right, I have a ton of weapons with which I can equip and things. I should Oh! What has happened to my ping? That might be part of the problem there. Y'all are random. Suggest a fluffy belly, why don't you? Careful. Careful. I don't even... we've already got, like, 3 levels of belly. I don't even know what you're going to do if you try fluffy... that. Aww. Can I not switch to these? I can switch to this. No? Aha, I can. Oh, do you have nothing that can properly fit? Oh, right, because it's all taken, duh. You get the guns. Yeah, our team is as well equipped as we're going to get without doing... Yeah, we're going to do some levels. We need more Pokemon. He is very adorable. Yeah, it's a shame the regular movement doesn't seem to take the same approach to improving game responsiveness.
We Resonators can boost our combat abilities with special items. Our Echoes can use them too. If you feel like it, head to Instructor Yan at the training camp for extra practice and to get these enhancement items.
This was a very random point to do this. Really? Really? Ooh. No!
Yang Yang, did you hear that? Is that someone crying and wailing?
That should be the Midnight Ranges training camp. Let's not worry about it, Shisia. Instructor Yan is in charge of training new recruits. I heard he's pretty tough, but I think Rover can handle anything he throws at her.
I'm gonna pass if that's what I'm hearing. Alright, let's try that from a different angle. No? No? Fine. Ball sport. Do I? I probably should. Sparring, necessary training, keep your mind sharp. I am very tired, so I may stop very early relative to my normal stream length.
This might hurt.
No, I don't think so.
Gale Storm. Let's play hide and seek.
Yeah, see, when it switches to combat, it's responsive despite the terrible frame rate. But when just wandering around, it's pretty bad. Chaos up to cause is still satisfying. He does. He's very fast.
This might hurt.
I also like the visuals of his attacks.
Gale Storm!
What's this way? And yeah, it definitely feels like, well, now it's getting better again. But will it change when I leave? He's adorable and deadly. He is. Instance versus main hub, probably. But like the fighting was still pretty low frame rate, but actually still felt responsive. The game needs optimized, but I am impressed that they managed to maintain that. I'm gonna log out and log back in and see if that fixes this. Because that bad ping that's showing right now. See if we can fix some of that. Okay, waiting for it to start up again. And it just deployed a hotfix. I don't know if that'll fix it or not, but it did just deploy a hotfix. It is better.
The fence at the city gate has been strengthened. It wasn't like this when we came back.
They fixed it midstream. Okay, cool.
Access pass is required if you're heading to the Norfall Barrens. That place is now off limits. What is your business, young lady? It's my third shift and you're still here.
I like the uniforms.
Oh, you must be the soldier on duty at noon yesterday. Nice to see you again.
I'm a resonator and a trained martial artist. I can handle myself. Please, I need to go look for someone. I've promised the missing man's grandfather to bring him back. Would you let me through?
Be that as it may, I cannot let you, given the current circumstances. My apologies.
Well, everything seems fine in the city. Are things really that bad on the front lines?
Outfit is nice. Like, again, this two-tone hair thing, love, clearly.
That's why we must stay vigilant, so people in the city can go on peacefully with their lives. Besides, General Jian is currently there at the Norfall Baron's base. Dangerous as it is, he will keep an eye on every soldier, including the one you're looking for. We have already sent a report on your case. You could just go home and wait for the good news. What's the point of staying here?
Thank you, but I have already asked the patrol station for help and tried every method I could think of. Please let me through. I promised him, so I gotta give it my all. I understand your concern. I don't want to be a bother. Would it help if I hid my presence and stayed somewhere further away? How about 5 miles? Or maybe 100? Well, 1,000 might be too far, though. I wouldn't be able to see you clearly.
Boy, let me take her. She is an adorable kitten.
Listen, nobody
Do we
knows
use our
when the
token on her?
soldiers will return, and even if they do, you might not find the one you seek.
I believe she's one of the ones for the token.
It's a dangerous road ahead if you want to reach the front lines, and you don't even have an access pass. Your access pass has been verified. Just you two?
The monk. Yeah, sure. The monk over there is coming with us.
Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it. I intend to leave the city with them, and they have agreed. Will it be an issue for you?
Well, it says you have the highest level of access, so no procedural issues here. Honestly, she could lead an entire troop out of the city with that access pass, and no one would question it.
Look at my gourd. Tianjin explained why she wanted to leave city, told her about the person you're looking for.
So you're looking for the relative of a veteran, and you believe he's in the Midnight Rangers camp in Deseret Highland? Mm-hmm, exactly.
What's your relationship with the person you're looking for?
His name is Jae-yuan. I don't know him in person. On my way down the mountain, I ran into his grandfather who was looking for his grandson on his own but ended up lost. I couldn't just leave an elderly person like him out there, so I thought I'd escort him to the nearest city and make further plans once we're safe. You're willing to go to such lengths with someone you don't know. You have a kind soul, Master Jianxing. It's all thanks to many kind-hearted people. Without them, Mr. Zhongye and I wouldn't have made it to Jinzhou.
Why is it important for you to find him?
Mr. Zhongye seemed confused. He's gone through a lot searching for his enlisted grandson. Lending a helping hand was the least I could do. I reported his situation to the patrol station, but with the chaos on the front line, Mr. Zhongye has been extremely worried about his grandson's safety. He'd sneak out to look for his grandson the moment no one was watching. I'm
Do you know anything about the mangosteen?
This mangosteen? It's got some fresh-looking leaves, soft, springy skin, and 8 fleshy segments fully ripened inside. It looks like a nice fruit.
Nothing else?
According to what I've gathered, Mr. Zhang Ye's grandson is very likely in the desert.
I meant about the mangosteen.
Thanks to your help, I can finally leave the city to find him. Of course.
So do I now have... I do not. But I could get her. I already have him now. So we could just pick her up as the one want. Because it's really down to these two. Taoist monk. Successor in Feng Quan. Dedicated life to mastering the martial arts. Create protective barriers that purify both body and mind. Calcharo, leader of ghost towns and international mercenary group, who is this vengeful, unforgiving potential client, must be mindful of the price to pay before making him an offer. Same attack weapon as Lion Boy. Right, well, he uses a broad blade. What do I use? Is mine a broad blade or something else? Gauntlets. Okay, what type of weapon is these broad blades or something else? Pistol, sword, rectifiers, gauntlets. I'm gonna assume that... No, oh no, broad blades are different than regular swords. I just don't have any high level versions. Yeah. I see sparkles. I see nope. Teleportarium. Okay. That's a neat walker thingy. So the question is, do we want another melee? Who's a cute girl? Really? I understand video games have compressed distances, but this is a pathetically short distance. Did you just backflip? Can I pet the dog? I can pet the dog!
You don't look like soldiers. Why are you here? The frontliners are right up ahead.
I am Yang Yang, an outrider of the Midnight Rangers.
Okay.
A missing person. Juyan. The one you're looking for. Is he an average person? Not a resonator, I suppose.
I briefly thought the average person was going to be, oh good, generic NPC.
Yes. Have you seen him? Is he all right?
I met him once. He's not officially enlisted, but he seemed determined to join us. He's been secretly following our troops since last year.
Oh, good. This is going to be fun.
I think a quartermaster of the rear guards escorted him away, so if he's not in the city, he must be in the rear guards camp. He can't be anywhere else. The actual front lines are right up ahead, and we, the Midnight Rangers, would never allow non-servicemen to approach and risk getting killed.
Thank you.
Now, if you're heading that way, I have a request for you, my outrider comrade. On your way there, you should run into 2 detection beacons. They just went offline. Could you go check on them?
Yeah, he's in trouble.
Sure, we will.
Great. I'll send the coordinates to your terminal.
Okay. Box. Well, that's different. Oh, that's what we're following. Never mind. Even though we have a thing that tells us what we're following anyways. Anyways, yeah, do we want to have someone with a new or different weapon? Or do we want to have the cute monk girl? That's a unique looking training dummy. Alright, we're missing one.
There's no stopping good luck once it's on your side.
You know Upto's... Yes, we all know Upto's vote.
Is that the beacon? Why are there so many people?
They don't look like soldiers.
Greetings. What might interest you here? It's dangerous.
Oh, nothing really. You see, we're just on our way south to the city.
Excuse me, about this detection beacon.
Run, everyone!
Don't let them run off.
I can't move. So hungry.
Oh, but please don't arrest us. We really had no choice.
What happened? Do you need help?
The battles are getting real bad up north, and we couldn't live there anymore. Figured we have to go back to the city.
So you destroyed a detection beacon because...
We ain't eaten in ages, and we're broke. Some of us can barely move, because we're so damn hungry.
There isn't food in the beacon.
Then we found some expensive-looking stuff here. Now that the military's out there fighting and nobody's really using these things, we thought it might get us a few pennies.
A damage detection beacon might result in a sudden TD invasion from the direction it covers. Our frontline troops would face attacks from both sides. Have you thought about the consequences?
God, we ain't got the time for that. If we don't steal, we'd starve to death before the tacit discords kill us.
You shouldn't be stealing public property. Please, return the parts. There's still some distance from here to Jinzhou City. Here, you can have my flatbreads. Oh, and here's some money. This should be enough for you to reach the city.
It's coming out of my account, isn't it?
You're giving us all of these? Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, you! Come over and say thank you before you eat.
All right. I'm starting to like him a little bit more now.
It was nothing. Master once told me, the sage takes care of all men and abandons none.
Never mind. I take it back.
Watch out!
Well, that settles that question.
A tough nut, ain't you?
I just helped you. Why did you attack us?
You're not feeding us all with your bread and pennies. Hand over your goods and grub, or face the consequences. We ain't
Well, I
messing
don't
with
think I
your
will.
kids, but don't test our patience. Just do as you're told. Don't make it tough on yourselves, or you'll be lucky to leave and...
We're begging you, stop! We surrender! Take
No,
us in.
no, you had your chance.
Why did you attack us when I already gave you food and funds? Do you have other mouths to feed, aside from what we see here? They seem trained. These are not ordinary people.
They're deserters.
Of course we're ordinary people. We just joined the exiles recently.
Yeah, the script here is weird, but they still betrayed us, so no mercy.
We done some wrongs. I tried to run from the patrollers and left the city, but dang, didn't know the battles up north were so crazy. Our new boss ran out of food before we could even figure out the camp. Figured we'd be better off just to go back to the city and get locked up.
Then we ran out of food and cash halfway, so we turned to thieving. We ain't got the balls to rob the army, but with stuff just sitting around, why not? Hey, since you're being so generous, how about you throw a little extra cash our way? There's a bunch of us, some injured.
Wait. What I gave them was enough for them to make it to Jinzhou even when they are so many. I used to travel alone when I left my master. I know how much it takes for someone to survive.
Hey, what's wrong with you, girlie? It won't hurt to give us more.
Can I beat them up a second time?
Pain comes with coveting. He who knows he has enough is rich. It was only meant to sustain you long enough for you to reach the city.
You don't understand, girl. You don't make money very easily in a time like this.
You said
If
you
we
were
can't
going
find
there to go to
jobs in the
prison.
city, we're gonna starve again.
I came from a seclusive place, learning the ways of the world from scratch. It's been a hard time, but even I have managed to make a living with my own hands. If you really can't find any job in the city, come to Liu Xian Tea House and ask for Jian Xin. I will gladly help you search for jobs and work alongside you.
No, stick him in a cell at this point.
Yeah, fine, fine. We'll go. Hurry, move, let's get out of here. I'm not listening to this lecture anymore.
No, I wasn't trying to... Wait. Please put that down.
Ugh, quite the sharp eye you got. Fine,
He was gonna do it again!
Is this the only detection beacon you messed with?
Heck yeah. The first one we were trying to steal and you bumped right into it.
Really? Then why does that one over there seem broken too?
I like how often it just goes scene missing and yeah, it does a bit.
That ain't got nothing to do with us. It's been that way for ages. Plus, we ain't ever reaching it with all those thorns.
I see. You may leave now.
No! I want to fight him again!
The military's base is not far from here. Shall we fix the beacons before going?
Ha!
Hold on. Collectibles? Collectibles. Well, that's different. I approve, though. Enter parallel perception. It's not where we're going, but I'm curious. Okay, I thought that was a door that was going to open. Even if you could find a single dimension, the x-axis, you must continue moving forward in the correct direction. Okay. How did you find such a hidden place? Do you want to try too? Try what? You stumbled in here by accident? Yes. Since you don't know anything, then turn back. It's not worth it to lose your life in confusion. Please explain further. Not bad, you're cautious. I'm sure you've heard. Been waiting here for years, waiting for someone who can defeat me. The road ahead is dangerous, filled with traps and tests one's agility. You can reach the finish line with all your limbs intact before me. Then what will you do then? You're out, so I'll let you go ahead. Jumping down this hole marks the beginning. Thought it through? It's not worth risking your life for a momentary impulse. Too bad! Momentary impulse, ho! Oh! Alright, now I'm getting the hang of it. Aha! Not too bad. Didn't have to wait too long. Must say, you do have some talent. Though you lost to me this time, it's hard to say who will win in the next few tries. How about it? Want to try again? Ow. Please? My controls kind of gave up on me there for a sec. Expect this day to come. Oh man, I could challenge the next place again. Didn't you ask me about the benefits? I left something over there. Go get it. It's yours. Fate allows, perhaps we'll meet again in the next cave and I won't let you win next time. Aha!
An unexpected discovery.
Yeah, switching to a side-scrolling challenge is neat. I like that.
Every game.
Okay. I see why it's called a parallel perception. I approve of that as a mini dungeon setup. That is neat. I like that. More of that, please. You've just been out here having fun, haven't you?
Let's play hide and seek.
Swift and resolute.
Ooh.
Strike from the shadows.
2 new lizards, young Geohide Sauron, and a regular Geohide Sauron. What is all that noise? Well, something's happening. And it is optional, so those who don't want to do it can skip it. Much approved. Indeed! My audio may have bugged. Welcome back. I think my audio bugged. Uh-oh. Or maybe it's you guys.
The end has come.
Fusion Dreadmane. Yeah, there is lots of crunch going on. I think I'm gonna have to stop and leave and come back again. Let me see, what is this first place? Oh, that's a challenge. We're not doing that. Alright. Game's having issues tonight. And I don't know if I'm going to last much longer. I don't want to end it there, but I'm really reaching the edge of my energy. Let's see if we can complete this section first, and then I'm gonna call it. So, not done yet, probably done soon. Game still seems to be having some issues. Oh, and now we're back to this. Now we're back to this. Yeah, audio is better. Frames have died again. How did I change what T did again? Oh man, frame rate. Oh, nope, not fighting you. I don't know what you are, and I'm not fighting you. Nope, bye.
The thorns are blocking our path. Weird. We'll have to clear them before we can reach the beacon. Oh, please be careful. They look sharp. Maybe we can find something nearby to help us deal with them.
Ooh. Ooh. Hmm. Yep, telekinetic now.
Master Tianxing, are you all right?
This is my first time on a battlefield. It feels so different here.
I shouldn't have brought you with me.
I know another shipment of supplies has just arrived. I've confirmed it, but it's not nearly enough. We must reach out to the city again and demand more supplies immediately.
But the approval process is going to...
Tell them it's an emergency. We are working around the clock here. Any delay could mean the end of our defense. Do they not comprehend? Here's a list of what we need. I'll talk to them if you can't make them listen. Now go, go, go! Move, move! What is it? Why are we still not done distributing these? You new here? Are you backups too? Wait, you don't look like one of us.
I am Yang Yang, an outrider of the Midnight Rangers, and they are...
Unimportant. Carry on.
Excuse me, one moment, please. Careful! This chest holds vital medical supplies. If the wounded return and find no medicine, it's on you. Handle with care and precision. An outrider. So, you were part of the backup force, right? Now, I've got wounded soldiers coming soon, and you're just in time to help. Oh, sorry, have to answer this.
I don't think the front lines are doing well.
Yes, what is it? An overclocked resonator. Understood. I'll be there immediately.
That's when they go insane, right?
I'm sorry, could you do me a favor?
I touched nothing.
The wounded soldiers are being sent back from the front lines. We need someone to escort them to the medics, but I've got to deal with the overclocked resonator now. Could you please take care of them?
What exactly do you need us to do?
Just make sure they are safe. The medics will take care of their wounds.
Of course, I extended the stream into an escort mission.
Thank you.
Well, the game just came out, so...
It's so busy here. It looks like they don't even have the time to catch their breath.
Supplies, medical care, equipment maintenance, personnel management, and logistics. They must carefully manage these matters to provide vital support for our fighters.
So this is what a real war looks like. I had no idea it could get this bad.
Oh, trust me, it gets much worse.
Most people would never have the chance to witness any of this. It's natural for you not to know. I think this is exactly what our military strives for, to ensure peace and safety for our citizens. It's a sacrifice made so others don't have to live in fear.
The wounded soldiers are here. Let's go check on them. Permission to level 20 and wipe out the local enemy. That is tempting. Though I do have a finite amount of leveling.
Are you all right?
I'm okay. I'm just a little out of breath. It's okay. I'm fine.
I'll go find a medic.
What's he here for? Okay, he's moving.
Like I said, it's not a big deal. No need to fix me up. Let me go.
Please calm down. Your wound is still bleeding.
That's barely a scratch. You can't stop me. That's not bravado. My wounds can close on their own. It's my resonance ability. The medics should go take care of other people in need.
Stop squirming, will you? We're here because you need our help. Calm down and stay where you are. Please hold him still for me.
Sure.
Thank you for your assistance. You must be tired. Please take some rest.
They look badly injured.
Don't worry, they've received proper treatment now. They'll recover in time. Thanks to General Jian, we've seen a significant drop in the number of casualties. I've heard from veterans that soldiers used to be ordinary people, not resonators. The battles were brutal even back then, with the stench of blood lingering through the rain.
Yeah, I am happy for no escort mission at least.
But things have improved. Each injury represents countless tacit discords eliminated by our brave soldiers. Resonators in the Midnight Rangers are incredible warriors. Those who have to retreat from injury must have already taken out hundreds of enemies.
They are the ones keeping our people safe. What I've been doing is not worth mentioning compared to them.
Please don't put it like that. Without your help, we couldn't have helped so many wounded soldiers in such a short time. Now that they're all safe, you should go and take care of your own issues.
Thank you. May I ask where the quartermaster is?
The quartermaster isn't here. He's on the floor above, directing munitions distribution. Just take that lift and you should find him there.
Rover,
Keep appearing randomly.
where are we going
yeah.
next?
The game's having problems again.
Here are some recipes for dietary supplements from my sect. They might help the wounded recover sooner.
Oh, great. You have my thanks.
So there's gonna be a fight on this lift later, right? I feel like Hundreds is either underperforming or overperforming. I can't really tell which. Ooh, teleportarium. There's a significant gap in the maps. Okay, I've clearly missed things I should have gotten. Noted. That's an interesting way to designate problem areas.
Have you confirmed the inventory? What about the spare list? Sort out the consumables as soon as possible and check our communication lines while you're at it. Ewa, deliver this list to Asher. You're not Ewa. Where is she? What do you need?
Excuse me. I'm an outrider of the Midnight Rangers. This is Rover, and this
No,
is
it's not.
Master Tianxing, who came here to look for someone.
Juyen. So, he never sent a letter home? Not even once? The Midnight Rangers are no longer recruiting non-resonators lately. But Juyen was a stubborn boy. Last year, when the battles hadn't gotten so intense, he would trail us rearguards, eager to join the front line. We sent him back to the city time and time again, and he just kept finding ways to come back. Eventually, I caved and took him in to help us here in the base. With the battle escalating, it's getting increasingly dangerous out here. I shouldn't keep him here any longer. I was just thinking about having the logistics team bring him back to the city when you guys showed up. Oh, now I remember. He should be currently on the floor above.
You need our help.
I saw you help arrange the wounded there. Your Sholan would need your help more than I do. Thank you, but I must remain to oversee vital military supplies.
I feel like I've heard this guy before.
Jinzhou is the gateway to Huanlong, and the Desert Rock Highland is the gateway to Jinzhou. A single breach could have dire consequences. Our defense must hold at all costs. The tacit discords are not humans. They don't do truces or ceasefires. For as long as they exist, this war will rage on endlessly. Supply is the lifeblood of our army, and I am tasked with keeping it flowing. But now we are facing a shortage.
He sounds like someone from a Warhammer 40k game.
Sure. Please excuse me. I'll join you later.
Two different variations of we'll see each other soon. Say this entire camp needs like 10% more personnel and enough supplies. Yep.
What are you doing?
What's going on?
Oh, please excuse me. Thought that was a grenade.
I will
Is this
admit that I
a
thought the art made it
mangosteen?
look like a grenade too. A grenade?
It's a type of old-fashioned explosive. The lament caused a global technological regression and shortage of resources. While tacitite weapons were being developed, most people had limited knowledge of tacitite as an energy source. As a result, primitive products combining old and new technology emerged. The hand grenade was one of them. With the rapid growth of tacitite weapons, these crude explosives were eventually phased out in favor of more advanced weaponry.
What do you know about the mangosteen?
Well, it's not a local fruit, so we can only get it through imports. But
I've heard
with
this
the
guy.
recent tacit discord outbreaks, we've had to prioritize bringing in the essentials. We'll get back to importing more of these after General Jian makes his triumphant return.
But the guard goes zoom.
Currently, there's only one waterway open from Port Gunchao in the south of the city. The rear guards would regularly go there to escort goods.
It is so funny hearing that, like, super British type accent saying some of these words.
What more do I know? The military rarely buys this fruit for rations due to its short shelf life. Plus, it looks too much like a grenade, and that could cause some issues.
I have 100% heard this guy in at least one other role. This whole game is a tad comic. It is. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Master Tianxing, have you found the person you're looking for?
He snuck off to the front line.
Yes, I found Zhuyan. We will return to the city with the logistics team. We will go find Mr. Zhang Ye to let him know he is safe. Zhuyan is a man full of courage. Influenced by his veteran grandpa's tales, he longs to join the military and aid in humanity's battle against tacit discords. The journey with you has exposed me to immense suffering, but the battles on the front line must be even more brutal than what I've witnessed. Countless lives have been lost in this war. Master Rongfu once told me, the best sages gain enlightenment in the military. The mediocre sages gain enlightenment in the bustling cities, and the worst sages gain enlightenment in seclusion.
Oof! Oof! To so many orders! Oof!
I do share some of Zhuyan's feelings. However, Zhuyan disagreed with the intense training and tests required to join the military. He saw no distinction between ordinary people and resonators, and believed he could contribute on the battlefield, however small that contribution might be.
So we need to, what, stuff a gourd in this guy? I agree with him. Everyone has a part to play. He's only causing trouble by staying on the battlefield. He could contribute better without fighting on the front lines. I am torn. Because on one hand, I can understand why you're switching to an all-resonator combat force. On the other hand, if you have enough normal people, figure it out yourself. But I mean, even then, normal people can take on things like logistics and whatnot, such that all the resonators can be pushed to the front line at the very least. So everyone has a part to play, I guess, is probably... Oh, wait, he can contribute better without fighting on front lines. Yeah, that's closest to what I'm thinking.
I, too, found what Zhuyan said was reasonable to an extent, and I couldn't change his mind with words. So I tried to imagine what my masters would do. They'd set up a spar in this case, and if I won, they'd let me do what I wanted.
So you beat him up.
I didn't mean to beat him up for nothing. My masters taught me valuable lessons through sparring, and I gained important insights from those fights. Now, who do you think won that fight?
You pretended to lose, and that's going to get him killed.
The shape changes, but not the forms. The more it moves, the more it yields. Less thinking, more knowing. Simplify for clarity.
That does nothing for clarity.
Yes, I pretended to lose, but Zhuyan saw it through. After our fight, Zhuyan admitted he saw the gap between resonators and ordinary people. He seemed to realize how he was still far from being able to fight the tacit discords. He realized how he was just trying to convince himself that he could make a difference, not wanting to acknowledge his own limitations. Fighting on the battlefield requires physical and mental strength, and he was not yet prepared for that. I heard you two still have other matters to attend to. When you have the time, let's catch up at Liu Shan Tea House. It's my great pleasure to have met you.
Farewell. So, is this the guy then? Dot dot dot. You know why there are names engraved in the abandoned turrets here? Why? I don't care. Oh no. Many years ago, the battlefield was filled with smoke as the Jizhou garrison regiment fought bravely and successfully pushed back the TD tide, reclaiming a small portion of the front line. In those times, the majority of soldiers were ordinary people. The demands of war were such that not everyone who departed left something behind. Engraving the names of fallen comrades into stone monuments might just be a way of commemorating their sacrifice and creating a sense of unity. The group then devised a method to engrave the names of the deceased soldiers onto the turrets and continue the tradition. Engravings here are their names. Do you know them? I didn't know any of them, but my grandpa said them so many times that I just remembered them all. When I was a kid, he barely mentioned his war experiences. Lately, he has become increasingly forgetful and tends to reminisce about his younger days. Grandpa was probably scared of forgetting, so he wanted other people to remember in his place. Anyway, I've heard it a million times and I can't forget it even if I tried. And even if Grandpa forgets, I'll remember it for a few more decades. I can recite the names engraved on the monument backwards now. Really? Look. Oh, here we go. Is this going to be a long one? You won. We did not get to see her fight even once. Yeah. I'm sorry. I want to see if this gets us to the end, but I don't actually want to go through and read all. Oh, it forces me to pass. Can we have some background music, please?
Us running into Master Tianxing was a one-off incident. If the mangosteen indicates something about war, what is Madam Magistrate trying to convey?
The civilizations are born for war and suffer from war. Perhaps she wants me to meet someone. Perhaps a moment hasn't arrived yet. Just give me a chance to do a certain thing. This one.
Have you thought of something, Rover?
I think...
Tacit Discord upgrade. Mangosteen's route of transportation. Mention General saw.
So Madam Magistrate wants to tell us something about the mangosteen's route of transportation? The quartermaster said the mangosteens are transported by boat from the south. We haven't reached the front lines yet, but I can already smell the iron in the air.
The running animations back here, man.
Our soldiers stationed at the borders. I hope they're okay.
Okay, this is a thing. Okay, this is a thing.
General! Follow the Qinglong to war!
Okay, this is a whole thing. Can we get a little more music, please? It is really quiet.
Bide the time.
I'm not entirely sure this game was released finished. I think they're desperately trying to, I think they were trying to outrun Zenless Zone Zero, or whatever it is. What is... Stop. Impermanence, Heron, Death, Incarnate? What?
Retreat to advance. Time to fight back.
I thought it was over you.
Fear no more.
Yeah, game... That was right. Game 2 is less than I'm...
Tell truth from the side. Retreat to advance. Break! Bide the time.
Ow.
Wind Rider. Time to fight back. Tell truth from the side. Stop. Finale.
I'm like guessing where the dodge is.
Tell truth from facade.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but could I please buy an extra frame?
Fear no more.
Holy crap, I can't believe I got the dodge.
Tell truth from facade. Break! I can take it. Wind Rider.
Ow.
Bide the time. Time to fight back.
Well, I didn't have any stamina for the dodge, so I actually tried.
Facade. Wind Rider.
Almost got it. Aha! The ugly bird didn't sound too catchy, so... Oof! Not bad for someone playing at, what, 1.5 frames per second, maybe? Maybe a frame per second?
What's the matter? Are you all right?
I may have resonated with the tacit discord.
Oh, I was worried. You just stood there and gazed into the distance. You were unresponsive when I tried talking to you. What did you see?
It felt as if I was seeing through the eyes of a tacit discord. I think I saw what was happening in the Norfall Barrens.
A woman in red who can control the tacit discords. Could it be one of the Fraxitas? Your vision. It might be what was happening on the battlefield not far away. The battle itself is a clear sign.
I think
of
we
an
saw her for
anomaly.
like a frame.
The streams from the Norfall Barrens feel more suffocating than ever. Rover, something on that battlefield must be connected to you, though we have no idea what it is.
There's always been a voice.
But I didn't hear anything, or sense any frequencies.
I'm the one hearing the voice.
Rover?
According to Baiji, the leaf showed residual fluctuations of tacit discords. Those fluctuations pointed to a certain set of coordinates.
And that is Teacher Village in the Central Plains. As I make myself reflect on my goals and plans, those voices in the streams become clearer, and everything starts to make more sense. Rover, perhaps you can give it a try.
Right, F2. I'll have to remember that. Because I think... I think I can't stand the low frame rate anymore. I am very, very tired. We're at a decent stopping point, I think. Star Citizen Invictus ends tomorrow, so we will be back to our regularly scheduled failures this upcoming Friday and Sunday. I'm probably going to still try to bring this game in now. We'll have to see how things go. Well, I'm an hour short, but yes, I am still pretty close. Thank you all for hanging out and watching. I hope you've had a good one. I hope you've enjoyed the stream in spite it operating at like a quarter of the normal frame rate. Be safe, have a good week, and I will catch you next time. Can I have some background music, please?